I look back at my life, and all I see are the messes I made. And I ain't got time to fix it. I can do one thing right with the time I got left. I can't do it alone. I can't do it without you.
If you thought things had changed.
This country is corrupt beyond repair, so we gotta save it.
Friend, you better think again.
It's not gonna be easy. We'll have to do some terrible things.
For the greater good.
You'll no longer be beloved celebrities.
But with good in the fewest of ways.
You will be wrathful gods. Show me a little wrath.
That doesn't sound good, Ashley.
Oh, yeah, no. Ashley.
Sorry, Ashley.
The whole world is about to burn.
We need someone like you, Billy, before the soups start rounding us up and dumping us off in camps.
I have found the answer to all our prayers. A virus that kills soups.
This is insane and desperate, even for you.
Well, insanely desperate's where we are, don't you think, love?
Let's go.
This is a biblical war of good versus evil. I'm declaring hunting season on Star Ladders.
I can't believe this is happening to me again.
Look, we've all done bad shit. What's insane is that our problem is murder. Violence isn't brave.
Violence is power.
That's a spirit, champ.
Who wants a creamy, delicious milkshake?
If we're ever gonna win against monsters, we need to start acting human.
You're all f***ing welcome.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. The boys just released a brand new Season 4 trailer. Homelander, crazy as ever, goes full-on God Emperor, like he tells the other members of the Seven that they need to be wrathful gods. They just started this presidential arc from the comics. I wasn't expecting him to go like full God Emperor Homelander till like Season 5, Season 6. There's a bunch of Easter eggs here, a bunch of brand new characters, so we'll break it all down. I'll be doing videos for all the episodes, so if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get them all, because they'll be starting in a couple weeks. We're finally getting new episodes, thankfully. It seems like it's been forever. Just starting at the beginning of the trailer, it looks like Butcher goes hat in hand to the rest of the boys to try and get their help with trying to take down Homelander in the Seven. And he doesn't have that long to live. Like, he's very clear about the beginning, like, don't have that much time left, I can't do this by myself, please help me. They cut it with brand new footage of him in Homelander with Ryan, who looks a little bit older, like he's a young kid, so he's aging very fast, so he looks way older than he did last season. So one of the big battles that's happening in Season 4 isn't just Butcher versus Homelander, it's actually Butcher versus Homelander over the fate of Ryan, like they're battling over Ryan's soul. When they zoom in on this little worm-looking thing inside his brain, it's not clear if that's just a result of the damage from the temporary Compound V or if there's something else that's going on. Love this scene of Homelander with his blank-looking face, like he has absolutely zero thoughts inside his head, but notice the way they frame the shot with the statues behind him. So there's a statue of Atlas holding the world on his shoulders, and then the one with the flying eagle. There's all kinds of metaphors and imagery you could take out of this. One of them is a light statue, one is a dark statue like Devil and Angel on his shoulders, just kind of whispering in his brain. We kind of got into this last season with that weird alternate persona that he developed over time in the bad room, quote unquote. Like, I got us through it, I'll deal with this, don't be weak. They almost implied that that alternate persona was the one that was causing him to do all these terrible things, and in reality, like the actual Homelander, which is a scared little boy that wanted people to love him, it didn't really care about being a powerful person. That's like the constant tug-of-war going on inside Homelander's brain at any given second.
Say it!
Want them to love me.
Yahtzee!
Scared little boy or God Emperor that wants to crush the entire world. When they do the montage of all the different boys' characters sort of reacting to Butcher, some of them are different scenes cut into this, you notice the actor that plays Mother's Milk looks like he lost a bunch of weight and shaved a lot of his facial hair off. I had to watch the trailer a couple times. I don't know if this is part of the story of Season 4 or if the actor in real life just got in way better shape and lost a bunch of weight. It sounds like they cut a couple of Homelander's speeches together from different scenes. Like he talks about the country being corrupt beyond repair, but the whole idea, if you watch the previous trailers, they imply Homelander is playing both sides of this election against each other, like the Starlight supporters and the Homelander supporters. And he's basically going to incite them to burn the country down and then swoop in and be the savior to rescue everyone so that everyone will love him. Even though he's the person that's lighting the match here and trying to burn the United States down, but it's also kind of happening around the world too. When he says we'll have to do some terrible things, then you see him kill this person and throw the body in an incinerator. Not totally clear why he does that, but it sounds like it's coming from the speech where he's talking to the Seven, telling them to be wrathful gods. And you start to see members of the Seven go around using their Compound V powers to go after either regular people, like beating the crap out of regular people, or going after members of the boys. When he tells them, though, that they're not going to be beloved celebrities anymore, it'll be interesting to see how they spin that. Maybe just part of his plan in the way that Vought uses the news to spin things. Like he wants superheroes to start going crazy too, and the Seven are just part of that so that he can swoop in and be the savior to stop everything. There's a couple brand new characters. This is Firecracker. Notice that her costume looks very Homelander inspired, like American flag inspired. She's also got a bunch of guns and weapons just in general incorporated into her character, so I don't know exactly what her power is. It might have something to do with actual weapons. She's also got a very conservative-leaning talk show called Truth Bomb, where she literally calls out the Starlight supporters, like, I'm declaring open season on Starlight supporters. This person behind her is Sister Sage. We actually see her using her powers later where like she rips someone's face off of her face. Like she can grow disguises, and they're more perfect versions of the kind of disguises they use during the Mission Impossible movies where it looks like they change their faces. But in this case, because it's Compound V powers, it's like biological powers, she's literally growing another face on top of her face. She's also one of the characters that gives Homelander the idea to play both sides of the election, like the Starlight supporters, the Homelander supporters, against them so that he can swoop in and be the savior. A lot of people also asking what's going on with Black Noir because a couple of Gen V characters are coming on the show. Both Kate and Sam that we saw at the end of Gen V, there was like a little tag scene of Homelander watching the news and Cameron Cole lauding Kate and Sam for being saviors in what happened at campus, even though that was a big lie. It's not totally clear what Homelander is going to do with them and why they're with the Seven here. Either they're on the Seven now or they're working with the Seven. Maybe he'll wind up using their powers, but a lot of people were wondering if Sam was going to be the new version of Black Noir because his powers are kind of similar to Black Noir's. But if you look at how tall the actual actor is, in this scene Black Noir is actually going after the boys. He looks way taller, so I think it's the regular version of Black Noir that they just brought back with Compound V. They haven't fully gotten into this on the show yet, but Compound V has a bunch of other properties. You can actually bring people back from the dead, but when they come back as kind of mindless zombies. But they might just hand wave over that and just say that they brought him back because of his Compound V powers, like he didn't fully die when Homelander yanked all of his guts out. It'll be interesting to see members of the Seven just opening up on people getting super violent. Usually if one of the members of the Seven was like fully opening up on someone, it was Homelander or it was Black Noir. Typically, they've always portrayed the Deep as just completely incompetent, just a total joke, and everybody just clowns on him all the time, especially the last couple of seasons. Not totally clear why they're going after Cameron Cole here. Maybe they're just pissed off at something that he does while he's on broadcast. And this edit might be misleading because Ashley just freaks out, but she makes this face all the time. Literally, this is what she looks like half the time. But you also remember she had this weird, spicy relationship going on with Cameron Cole on the side, too. Then we get the speech from Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character talking to Butcher. He's playing Joe Kessler from the comics, who's an old friend of Butcher's named Monkey. There's a really spicy, really funny WTF story behind why he got the name Monkey in the comics. He's basically telling Butcher that what he's doing is absolutely necessary because it seems like Homelander's declared open season on humans and they might wind up becoming an endangered species. Then there's a very hilarious WTF follow-up to that whole Compound V virus from Gen V, like the virus that kills superheroes. It seemed like Victoria Newman ran away with the only copy of the working virus, but maybe this is like a separate group that was also working on it, or maybe Butcher started working with Victoria Newman. And it looks like this is just a testing facility at a remote farm, and they've been doing quote-unquote animal testing. And that's why you have all these hilarious animals that have been doped up with Compound V. This will probably be a pretty funny episode, like all of these Compound V animals just going crazy. My assumption when it comes to using the virus is it'll be more of a morality issue, whereas Butcher is totally fine using it and killing all Compound V superheroes, even the ones who aren't bad like Homelander. People like Huey during the trailer talk about being more human, like we need to start being good people. So I think that'll be one of the other conflicts that happens within the boys. Like, do we use the virus or do we not use the virus? We get our first real rematch between Starlight in the Deep since what happened in season 1. Like, it seemed like they'd made amends, even though she hadn't totally forgiven him, obviously, for what he did. But I wouldn't be surprised if he makes some references to that here, but they're both meant to be pretty equal power levels. Like, she's very powerful, he's also super strong too. So unless she were to jump in the ocean, she wouldn't be in that much trouble. This is actually Victoria Newman's daughter that she dosed up with Compound V to give her powers. It looks like she has some crazy alien powers, like little mouths or like little tentacles come out of her mouth. Huey's speech about them needing to be good people and this scene of A-Train makes it sound like A-Train will want to defect and help the boys. Not totally clear what was going on in this scene here where they see the person walking out of the gown covered in blood and all the blood in the room that they just walked out of. Notice here when Kimiko busts this person in the head, instead of blood spraying out, it's a bunch of bubbles. You're probably seeing this from her perspective. Like, in her mind, she's just seeing bubbles instead of blood. Not totally sure who this new character is, but he's got Mr. Fantastic stretchy powers. Both in the comics and on the show, everybody's either a parody of a Marvel character or a DC character, or a DC team or a Marvel team. We get that scene of Ryan pushing someone so hard that he flies off into the building in the distance, and look at Homelander watching this happen and just being super proud of him, like, that's my boy right there. There's a weird 7 on ice, like this is an ice skating parody of the 7. Go for that triple axel, Homelander. There's a montage of a bunch of really quick WTF scenes. This scene is of the Deep's glove reaching for what looks like fried calamari. R.I.P. Timothy, this just reminds you of the time he ate his friend just because Homelander told him to. There's a new scene of Victoria Newman, then someone separately in their car getting their head popped. Not sure why Homelander is laughing maniacally inside this lab here, but it probably has something to do with his plan. All this red and blue confetti over the logo is for the election that's happening in the course of the series. Like at the beginning of the series, it seems like Robert Singer and Victoria Newman have won the election and they've sided with Homelander, they're working with Homelander. So essentially it means they're putting Homelander in office. That's part of them doing the White House arc from the end of the original comic book, but the showrunner said that they're changing the ending from the comic book, so it's not going to end the same way on the show. So everybody was hoping for like some big twist where Black Noir was a clone of Homelander or something like that. That's not what they're doing on the show. Very clearly, Ryan is slowly becoming the center of this. Either way, I do not think that they're going to be able to win using the Compound V virus. I don't think they'll wind up using it on all superheroes. That's not how they defeat Homelander. If anybody's going to have any kind of chance at defeating Homelander, it'd actually be Ryan himself, not only because of the way his powers work, like he could become just as powerful as Homelander eventually, but also because one of Homelander's big weaknesses is his desire for a family. So Ryan is probably one of the only people who could actually do something that would get Homelander to chill on his plan to take over the entire planet. But if there's any other Easter eggs or references you spotted in the trailer that I didn't talk about in this video or my previous trailer videos, just write them below in the comments, and if you have any requests for bonus videos. Because we're in the middle of CCXP, there's a bunch of trailers releasing. There might be a new House of the Dragon Season 2 trailer tomorrow and some other trailers. Whatever they wind up releasing, of course I will do videos for it. Click here for that other Real Big Boys Season 4 trailer, and click here for my new Deadpool and Wolverine trailer video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.